o'clock, we'll call this meeting to order. Please rise to the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Monica, can I have roll call, please?
Todd?
Here.
Sam? Here. Ford?
Here.
Devin?
Present.
Monica? President Bob? Ben?
Present.
All right. I will now move to approval of the minutes. So this will be the December 12th minutes.
Make a motion to approve as written.
I'll second. So I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes as written. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. I'll move on to liaison reports, starting with the marijuana coordinator report. Any questions on that report?
No.
If not, then we'll move on to the zoning administrator report. Any questions on the zoning administrator's report? If not, then we'll move on to receive, set, and set public hearing dates for any new and or renewal medical and adult use marijuana applications. Looks like we have a new one that is requesting a special meeting and one set of renewals.
Yes.
Paper comes out on Wednesday, right? You need to have it in by Monday.
Yeah. The 30th is the soonest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, then I will make the motion to hold the public hearing for Alien Tech Farms LLC Class A medical and Class C adult use grower special land use permit application, and High Mountain LLC Class C medical and adult use renewals on at a special meeting scheduled for January 30th. That will begin at 7 p.m.
Are we gonna put the site plan on there too, or is that something we're gonna handle later, or what?
We can handle it later under additional business.
Okay.
Do
Second.
So I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries, so we'll have both of those on the 30th. And then before we jump into the next bit, there is a correction on the agenda. Line 17, have planning commission action and discussion on WLA Venture special land use permit renewal. That should be the application. So it's just a word error. Copy and
The
paste.
17 one?
Yeah, 17 should be application because there's there's two
Yeah, I
renewals
got it.
and then the new application. public hearing for Vassar Team LLC Special Land Use Permit Renewal. Does this say where the property is located at? Where was this property located at? Oh, right there, it's Maple. Did anybody receive notification of this renewal off of Maple Road that wishes to speak at this time? If not,
I do.
oh, yeah,
I'd like to know what is going on that address. I live across the street from it.
so currently it is a Class C adult use and medical use growing facility.
So it's just gonna be a grow place?
Just a grow place, just a grow, correct. Yep.
That's my
And what's your name?
Darlene Kern.
Darwin Kern. Thank you. Yes, it is just a grow facility currently. And I'm not sure the relationship of that property to Saginaw, but I do believe if I remember correctly, it can only be a grow in that. There would be, and even if they wanted to put like a storefront or something, that would have to be a completely separate piece of property, zone commercial, so they're pretty limited in that respect.
Thank you.
Yep. Any other public comment on this application? If not, then at 7:07, we will close the public hearing. And at 7:07, we will open the public hearing for Bud Bundy's special land use permit renewal. This one is on State, near the Care Vet facility. Anybody received notification of this renewal that wishes to speak at this time? If not, then at 7:07, we will close the public hearing. And at 7:08, we will open the public hearing for WLJ Ventures Special Land Use Permit renewals. This will cover both the Crooked Creek renewal and the Sandy Ridge renewals. Lump those together as they are all renewals, even though they are separate properties. Anybody that received notice, we'll start with the Crooked Creek one first. Anybody that received notice for the Crooked Creek facility that wishes to speak at this time? If not, anybody that received notification near the Sandy Ridge facility that wishes to speak at this time? Alright, if not, then at 7:08, we will close the public hearing for WLJ Ventures permit renewals, and we will, at 7:09, we will open the public hearing for WLJ Ventures special land use permit application for a Class C grower at the Crooked Creek facility. Anybody receive notification for this permit that wishes to speak at this time? Alright, if not, then at 7:09, we will close the public hearing for the WLJ Ventures new permit application. And we will move to Vassar Team LLC special land use permit renewal discussion. Rachel, same general questions as always. Notices were put up, correct?
Yep.
People within 300 feet were notified. And any violations or warnings issued to this property?
No.
you know if they are currently active at the property?
As far as I know.
This is for, yeah, so like I said before, this is for Class C medical and a Class C grower for adult use. It does look like a straight renewal. Anybody have any other questions or comments on this renewal? If not, then I will make the motion to approve renewal of Vassar Teams LLC Class C medical and adult use grower licenses. Yeah, so I'll make the motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second
So I have a motion and a second to approve renewal of Vassar Team LLC's Class C medical and adult use special land use permits. Any further discussion? If not, roll call vote, please.
Ben,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Monica, yes, Devin,
Yes.
or
it. Yes.
Sam,
Yes.
Todd.
Yes.
Alright, motion passes unanimously. And we will now move on to Bud Bundy Special Land Use Permit Renewal, discussion and action. Just a straight renewal, correct?
Yes.
This is just for the adult use B?
Yes. Yeah, his are on like off, they're like 6 months apart.
Okay. Notifications, postings, all been done?
Yes.
What was the outcome of the follow-up at the previous renewal about the odor complaint that was coming from near that property?
I stopped getting complaints and I went by there many times to check. I never detected smell. He put different filters in, right? He changed out the filters, so I think that helped. Or it took care of the problem.
Okay. Besides that, was there any other violations or
No.
warnings issued?
No.
Okay. All right. Anybody else questions on this renewal?
I was just wondering, is there a annual thing? How often do you change the filters out? Is there a maintenance schedule that you follow so that we don't run into the problem again?
Yeah, usually about 18 months or so is like their lifespan. So I'll be ready to do them again here before too long. I got the exact date wrote down at the shop, so.
Any other questions?
I have a question about the form. First of all, is it just a misprint or did we change the form? This one says circle appropriate responses, but they're not there. So he wrote in leasing, which is fine. But the word owner and leasing and option to buy are missing from this one. Did we change the form or did it just misprint?
No, we didn't change the
Just
form.
misprint.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have it.
And my only other question is, what's the address? Trying to find it on here again, so.
7044 State Road.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Question, you say 18 months you change your filters when several of the other ones are doing them every 90 days?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on, there's several
does?
different brands of filters, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just kinda curious if that eliminates the problem, it might be a little, better to change them a little sooner and not have any problem, but that's just,
Yeah, I mean, so also the fans that run the filters, so there's several different ones. There's ones that run 24/7 that might need changing a little more, and then there's ones that run on a timer and actually exhaust filtered air out of the building, so we keep more of a, I guess it'd be a negative air pressure, and it's filtering out you know,
Direction of wind, all makes a big difference,
sure, yeah.
whether it goes across them 15 or back into the woods.
Right, right.
Any other questions?
I'll make the motion to approve if you insert the same word.
Motion to approve Bud Bundy Farms LLC Class B adult use grower special land use permit renewal.
Yeah.
I will second that. So I have a motion and a second to approve Bud Bundy Farms LLC medical, or not medical, adult use grower Class B special land use permit renewal. Any further discussion? If not, roll call vote, please.
Devin,
Yes.
Orb,
Yes.
Sam,
Yes.
Todd,
Yes.
Monica, yes, Bob,
Thought I said yes, okay.
and then Ben.
Yes.
Alright, so with that, then we will move on to WLJ Ventures LLC. The renewals first. I don't think we need to separate them out, but when we do make, whoever does make the motion, just note that it's for both facilities. Just a straight renewal, correct? On both properties, not, other than we're gonna be adding the one to Crooked Creek?
Correct.
Are you actively operating both facilities, or is one,
Just one.
just the one? All postings and everything were done, correct?
Yeah.
Any complaints about either property name or violations?
No.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions?
This is just an add-on. I'm trying to figure out what.
No, so you have, so what we're doing
We
is
did
the renewals
I
first.
understand.
We're doing the renewals first.
Oh, we're still doing renewals.
Yes.
Never mind.
We haven't moved on to the
Yeah.
the new application yet.
I've got the renewal right in my hand. I'm even looking at the word renewal, but I'm thinking about the other thing.
Any other questions? Alright, if not, then I will make the motion to approve renewal of WLJ Ventures LLC's adult use grower class C, two permits. One medical class C grower permit for Crooked Creek, and one medical grower class C permit for Sandy Ridge.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, roll call vote, please.
Todd,
Yes.
Sam,
Yes.
Orb,
Yes.
Devin,
Yes.
Monica, yes, Bob,
Some stuff I'm saying.
Ben?
You didn't, hold on, Bob, you didn't abstain before we started discussion. You have to vote yes or no.
Okay, sorry.
So,
Yes.
thank you.
Ben,
Yes.
Alright, do you wish to abstain from the next one then, Bob?
Which one you got?
This is gonna be the new application for Crooked Creek.
No, not that one.
Okay. Alright, so then we're moving on to the application for special land use permit to add an additional Class C adult use grower permit to the existing properties or to the existing Crooked Creek facility that we just approved renewal for. This is just a straight, you're wanting to add extra capacity to the building?
Correct.
Okay. Not changing how you're gonna operate or anything like that, it's just, okay. Anybody have any questions on this?
You clarified that was my question.
Alright, if not, then I will make the motion to approve the addition of one grower class C for adult use Special land use permit for the Crooked Creek Drive Building A for WLJ Ventures LLC.
I second.
So I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, roll call vote, please.
Ben,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Monica, yes. Devin,
Yes.
Orville,
Yes.
Sam,
Yes.
Todd.
Yes.
All right, motion passes unanimously. All right, then Rachel, you know the drill. Rachel, get you taken care of. All right, now we will move on to planning commission and discussion and action on any parks and rec business. Besides the park regulations and the expense/capital request, Todd, was there anything else that was needed?
Yeah, the meeting before, we talked about lighting for the pavilion, and I wasn't able to get them the pricing yet because I didn't have the information. I should have asked them exactly what light, how many rows, whatever. So last night was our other meeting, I have that now, so I'll be able to get some prices and fill the form out, present it then. The only one thing on the parks rules and stuff, I had a question on the back where it says breaking of the rules may result in a $100 fine. Now, I don't know if the park and rec board would take responsibility, or even if they could enforce that $100, or would that have to come from the trustees? I wasn't sure on that.
I mean, so fines typically get set by the board of trustees. How a fine like this would get enforced, that would be a question of like probably the township officer would have to
As far as the how?
issue, yeah. Would have to issue a citation for breaking the rules.
That would have to be talked to.
Troy, didn't we have that figured out before? How we do it?
Well, we're gonna have to have it in writing somewhere in an ordinance or
Yeah,
something.
but didn't we do that? Cause we talked about this a long time ago.
Well, maybe we did, I don't know.
You could ask Sarah if it's on the fee schedule. If it's not, then it would have to be reapproved anyhow.
The other thing would be is the wording on this, is that
Is it or is it not? So even if it has ever been dealt with, it's gonna have to be re-dealt with to be added to the fee schedule by the board.
And enforcement and all that, which probably means it needs to be some sort of general enforcement ordinance.
so we should omit this off in there for now until we get it approved.
I don't think you need to admit it
You would be
off there.
recommending.
We will.
We're
Yeah.
recommending anyway.
You're recommending, the Parks and Rec is recommending that the PC recommend it to the board.
Alright.
Which, yeah, so we would be, you guys would say, like, these are the rules and regulations. We look at it, go, yeah, this looks good, or hey, this doesn't make sense, or need to add this, or whatever, and then we would pass it on to the board of trustees, which then it becomes a matter of, like we said, with there being a fine and all that, there would have to be likely some general ordinance for enforcement of the park regulations would be my guess. And then I would also suggest like we look at the signage that the city parks has and see what they're citing, because there's like actual metal signs up there that cite a specific code violation.
Okay. At the city park?
Yeah, that there's like, so when you get when you're entering the rail trail,
Yeah.
right by the pavilion there, by the T-North Pavilion, there's a metal, I think it's red and white metal sign that tells you the park hours and what code you'd be violating if you're there after hours. So that might be a place to look to then suggest to the board of trustees, like, hey, we need to institute some sort of general ordinance or whatever to make it enforceable.
All right, I'll check that out. Another thing is, when we purchased the new sign at the park, it wouldn't be a bulletin board, what would you call it?
The notice board?
Yeah, accidentally ordered 2 instead of 1. So the question to the board, or to pass along, is whether the trustees would want to purchase that extra board for the township hall. If so, then they would just refund us, it would be $1,249.80 for that sign, otherwise we'll have to look at ways of sending it back.
Yeah, that'll probably be some sort of restock fee and trucking fee to get it back.
But it's delivered, it's over there in the garage right now,
Right.
so we just, would that be something for the trustees also, since it's for the hall? That whether they wanted to purchase it or refund the money to the Parks and Rec?
I mean, personally, we already have it, so it would also just kind of make sense with how we're currently doing, the resolutions for when meetings are scheduled and all that. We have to have them posted year round anyway. Might make sense to have that sign over there just for those types of postings.
Yeah, like what's in the window, stuff
Yeah.
like that, we were saying.
Yeah, instead of posting it all in the windows over there, maybe that board that's outside.
So if you bring it up to the trustees and then you say, yeah, we could use it and do it that way.
Suggested use to justify the cost, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then let's see, there was, the snow hill over there. The back part of that snow hill, from the water running off, is undermining some of the roots and stuff that are down there, making it a water, holding water and dangerous because of some of the roots sticking up. Discussion was, when that was put in there, underneath it is all the roots and stuff like that from when they cleared that land. So it's not a matter of just being able to take the hill down. So what we gotta do is look at what we need to do in order to repair it. So, I don't know.
Sled hill erosion.
Yeah.
Becoming.
Barely demolished. Was never finished.
So what would we need to do to repair it though? We talked about that, just bring in more sand or just knock the hill down?
No, you wanna knock it down, you wanna have a hill, if you knock it down.
No, I mean just a portion of it, so it might not be as steep, but you can use the
You just need more material. You have plenty of material over there, at least in the other house, the building, when they did it, if it was done right, you had a lot of material that could go over to that, but again, I just have to add more material.
And seed it and everything to make sure. That
Well,
there's
when you
something
start
to
seeding
prevent
it, who's gonna weed whack it, who's gonna mow it, you know, you got.
Okay, but if you don't
Yeah.
have anything there to prevent it
Agreed.
from eroding,
I agree.
like you're just gonna continue to have this problem, so like how do we
Yep.
permanently fix the issue? That's what I'm trying to get at.
You'll have to put some topsoil, not strictly only sand.
So if we looked at some topsoil on top of it, as long as the sled portion of it is at enough of an angle a mower could do it, the other sides should be gradual enough that they're not too dangerous, but who don't need to mow those. Let that grow up. The weeds could grow up, so what? Kids will play there, they don't care.
And watch kids slide down the sides more than they do the big.
Yeah, but, well, then we could taper the whole thing that way then. That makes it a lot bigger around.
And all that means is more fill. You just have to decide what you're gonna do.
Right.
So,
The cities, it goes all the way around, you slide all the way around.
It looks like it's more gradual the one
Yeah.
direction.
Yeah. It's-
I'm sure the other directions the kids will go down, but they didn't make it as gradual when I looked at it.
No,
Or you
it's
get
not
some, or you get some sort of hardy ground cover that will basically snuff out any other growth that doesn't get above
there's
a
even the
couple.
matting you can lay down.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I put the matting under the driveway over there, they put nothing under the other, over the whole building, and put nothing under that.
The
driveway.
old Central School Hill was, part of it was terrace,
Yeah.
so that it wouldn't
Well,
do that too.
well,
So would you be able to get, what cost would be to repair it, or a recommendation on who I could get a hold of? Bob?
well, your board has to put that all up for bids, right, Ben? So, they'll do that, and then somebody's gonna have to figure out how far you're going and what you want, so everybody's on the same page.
Well,
That's
it
all
becomes
I'm
a
saying.
question of what is it, what are we doing with? First, you need to determine what's going to be done with it. Then, depending on what the overall cost would be, it would lead to is it a bid process, or is it like we just get quotes and whatever quote comes back close they get?
You have to bid exactly what you're gonna do.
Right.
You're gonna put a driveway in 50 feet, or is the driveway gonna be 100 feet? You gotta have that so your bids are apples to apples. And you're gonna have to go and figure out how far you wanna go. Your height might be okay,
Right.
just on the back, maybe just on one side, a little bit more. And just get somewhat of an idea, because otherwise somebody could turn in a bid and say, well, I figured 60 yards of sand here and there, I'll do this hole, do this, and done. And they might not be wrong. But if you want more of a taper, like Ben was talking, then you're
To be
gonna,
able to maintain
you
it.
gotta have somewhat on your bid form, so you're not like you're on the hall over there right now, where you're changing stuff all the time, and nothing is like it was when it first started, hardly
We just
anyway.
gotta figure out more of a permanent solution, because
Yeah.
if you just put sand in, the rain and water off the hill is just gonna erode it
But the
again.
sand is the cheapest you can
It's
use.
gonna just have
For
to
the
be
fill.
done
For the
every 3
fill.
years or so.
Right.
So I think it sounds like the suggestion then is it needs to kind of go back to the Parks and Rec to determine exactly what you guys want to do first.
Alright,
Get a circumference and get a height and get a distance, it's pretty easy.
Well, I mean, you could also say like we need it tapered to be able to maintain, this, this many sides of it or whatever, and like you got to come up with a plan. Basically, is what it sounds like. You got to come up with a plan of attack of like how you want it repaired, and then I think that will then ultimately determine where the board of trustees goes with it. Like if they think it's going to be ridiculously cost prohibitive, they may just go, is it cheaper to tear it out, or,
I'll have to find somebody who knows, because I don't know enough about this kind of thing, backfilling and all that, to be able to go over there and say this is what needs to be done, so I would want somebody who knows what they're talking about, so that we're not gonna be doing it every 3 years.
there's nothing stopping you guys from asking experts for
Okay.
their opinion on that kind of stuff. But
Alright.
you gotta have a point to start asking from.
Right.
is, I think.
Okay.
is-
I'll help you lay out a plan, and you can put it out to whoever you want, you can put it in the papers, do whatever you want. I don't care.
But yeah, I think you guys gotta first figure out exactly what you want to do. You have to either commit to like, yes, we want to repair it to keep it usable, or do we just want to have it completely removed because it's too much of a safety hazard? Like, I think that's where you guys need to ultimately.
At first, we was considering removing it, but then when we found out all them stumps are on there, it's not that easy.
There's
to just remove it.
1,967 stumps in there, and it's 42 feet deep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay?
But if it's more,
I thought you said it was only 14 feet. You
No,
did
I
that.
told you it was 16, but I got corrected. when I
Either
talked to
way,
the guys.
Okay.
if it's more of a safety issue, like, it's still a hill, people fall down it, it becomes now an insurance issue, a safety issue. Like, do you want to take on the potential cost of that versus like, okay, well, what do we need to do to make it less of a safety issue? It is the cost is going to determine which way that balance swings. And that's first going to come from like you guys, if you want to repair it to make it usable, getting a plan to say like, okay, this is what we need it to look like, and then get the bids to see what
Yeah.
that's going to cost to get it done.
alright.
Like, does that also include putting in railroad ties up the backside to make it easier to climb up and down? Like,
That would
all that kind of
stabilize it
stuff.
too.
Stop erosion that way too.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
There was one more thing.
Yep.
And this might be something that has to be taken to the committee also, but a few months ago, there was talked about another committee for the events that we have over there at the park. And I didn't know, how far are we with that? Is it, where we going with
I
it?
don't know what we did about it, but I noticed it's in my packet for the Tuesday night, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the meeting fell such that they hadn't taken action on it yet, because or it got missed at their last meeting. I can't remember. I know I did ask the supervisor about it.
Alright. That's it. Was there anything I missed?
On the parks regulations.
Yeah.
I would recommend a few word changes.
Where you at?
On the first page, the word dog, at least should be plural, dogs. But I would suggest changing it to the word pets. In this day and age, who knows what they're gonna bring over there for a pet? Pets must be on a leash and picked up, put it plural, picked, P-E-D.
Domestic animals.
And leash is spelled wrong.
Yeah. Lash.
See, I'm gonna call that. Lash, I got it now.
So pets, I think.
I mean, that's just my 2 cents. You get,
But yeah, I
other
think.
people have to agree or disagree.
But I think you're
And then
right.
it should be picked, not pick up after.
I would actually go cleaned up after.
Okay, cleaned up after, that works too.
And the chairman said it was mostly like getting our feedback to then go back. Is what we're
Is that
kind of what we're doing.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, down farther than the pavilion rental, you got S in too many places, so pavilion rentals, take priority.
Yeah. Take priority.
That was all I was gonna say. The
Sidewalks
smoking-
in pavilion are not. That should be are, not is. I'm just getting nitpicky now.
Where's that at?
At the very
Yes.
bottom, during winter,
Oh,
enter at
right.
your own risk. Sidewalks in pavilion is not. It should be are not plowed
Are not,
or salted.
Take these back to the
Um,
committee.
is there anything anybody sees potentially missing?
I think they basically copied the old one, right, and then just made a few alterations.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's anything else missing. The only other thing I wanted to talk about is just, I know they talked about smoking for a while. So no smoking except in designated areas, so that covers it anyhow, but one of their suggestions was right outside the pavilion, and I would suggest you move it farther away. The original rule said had to be in the southwest corner of the parking lot, way over here.
Right.
But now they're gonna put those
I
two
mean, I think
smoking
you could-
posts someplace, so they're
Right.
on both in one spot.
I mean,
Just so
I
it's
feel
not
like
next
you
to
could
the pavilion.
follow the same logic as they do around any buildings where you're not supposed to smoke within 25 feet.
Right,
So
so
they could
move
just
it away from
determine
the
a
pavilion.
spot 25 feet, yeah. I think originally, yeah, they were talking about putting it, you said out in the parking lot,
Well,
right?
that's just a suggestion for them to think about, because they aren't at that point yet anyway,
Right.
so.
Well, they are asked in
They're
the,
asking for the
asking for
money
the-
for the
yeah.
smoking post, right?
the only other thing, and it goes back to the fines thing, and that's where I was suggesting looking at what the city has
Yes.
for the ordinance, for breaking whatever these rules are, is like once it gets to the point where there is an ordinance, that should be listed as to what ordinance you'd be breaking.
Right, and with the cameras over there now, it would be easy enough to follow up on
And it
who's
may not
breaking
be,
rules and
yeah,
stuff.
and it may not be at the end like this. It might be like parking regulations, C, township, general ordinance number, whatever,
Right.
underneath. And then the breaking of the fine, or the breaking of the rules and the fine, but then the fine, I don't know if the fine needs to be on the sign in this case, or if the fine may result, it just should say may result in a fine. Because then the board could then determine based off of whatever the violation is on the fee schedule, like, hey, if it's this level of violation, it's this fine. If it's this level of violation, it's this fine. So it may not need to be spelled out exactly how much the fine is, just that it may result in a fine.
Right.
Fines might be excessive.
Yeah.
Excessive.
Assessed, yeah. And then is the plan to just post these right now on the sign that's going over there?
Yeah, I believe so.
I mean, so like me personally, I wouldn't.
The chairman did say something about she wanted to see something bigger than just this. in the folks, in the sign.
Well, and that's what, and I think,
Because they didn't decide while I was there.
right, and that's where, and I'm leaning back towards, like, let's see what the city parks do, because they have, you know, signs that are pretty visible, like, where you walk into the park, and they're metal, reflective, so it might make sense that some bit of this gets put on a sign like that, where you're walking up to the pavilion, and then you have this as a further detailed breakdown. So be a suggestion to look at something
Yeah.
like that. But other than that, I mean, nobody has any other additions or corrections. All right, yeah, just look at that, and then, like I said, I would look at what the city has, so you can supply at least a blueprint for
Right.
the board of trustees of like, hey, this is how they're doing it up there. Like, see if this works for us. Run it past the attorney, then codify it so there's something in there.
You can see if Latham's have something too, just as a different idea.
Yeah. All right. Any other discussion on that?
Nope.
Hey Todd, if you need help with like typing out any of this stuff, just give me a call.
Okay. Thanks. I do have one other thing.
Yep.
Happy birthday, Renee.
All right, so they also have this detailed expense capital request form. So it is a low priority maintenance thing for the park. Doris and Todd are going to be the project managers. This is to purchase smoking receptacles and dog waste stations. In the project description, they list that it is 2 smoker cigarette receptacles and 2 different value dog waste stations. Justification is to try to keep the park clean. The link at the bottom, I do believe, is the link to the dog waste stations that they want to purchase. And then at the bottom, Sam made the motion to buy the 2 cigarette receptacles and the dog waste stations, and it was seconded by Janice. Passed 4 to 0 to 2. And it was included in the fiscal budget request. They do have a total at the bottom, much like even with the signage. So, like, these cigarette smoker receptacles, are they like big, heavy
No.
concrete things,
No.
or?
They're the plastic ones that have sand in the bottom of it, so that they're sturdy, and then you just change them every so often.
Like that one out here.
Yeah,
This one's out here is a metal one, but they're just like it, only plastic.
yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
yeah.
Be any,
I just have a quick
any
question.
fines assessed if they're not used?
Yeah, if somebody gets caught doing it by, yeah, Ben.
Well, you kind of answered it by talking about the link. You don't have anything in there that justifies it as far as like what models or
I
anything
do
that shows
not
the
have-
pricing or part
I do not have that with me.
Yeah, we fixed it.
What I was sent was just
Okay.
this.
They had pictures though.
Yeah, I have seen the at least the dog waste stations. I did not see the smokers receptacles. The only reason I asked about the smokers receptacles is because the ones that you're talking about, they're easy to tip over. They're easy to take off with. Like,
I would say they're easy to take off with, but they don't normally tip over because they have sand in the bottom. They're usually pretty sturdy.
we have one at work that gets tipped over pretty regularly. Even with the sand in the bottom, it can get tipped over.
They also melt. They also melt.
Yeah,
When you get a lot of cigarettes in them, they don't go out
Yeah,
sometimes.
if it's not cleaned
Smolder.
appropriately, it'll catch on fire.
yeah.
So maybe we should look at them.
These are supposed to be, it puts itself out, according to the
Yeah.
instructions.
I've seen those. They're not the
They
most
always do,
reliable.
except they sometimes seem to
Yeah.
smolder a lot.
Well, the reason I ask is because there are, yes, they're a higher cost, you've probably seen them. They've got like the pea gravel like coated to the outside to make them look
Yeah.
nicer. They're a little bit heavier. They're a little bit sturdier. If for some reason the self-extinguishing method doesn't work, they're quite a bit more fire resistant to have something that's concrete. Even if it was a metal one, I would suggest looking at those. The dog weigh stations are dog weigh stations. I mean, they're
Well, that's what I was gonna ask next, what's the difference? Why are there two different fees? I mean, there's so little difference that,
Well, some of them are just throughout where the trail is, just for the bags
So-
themselves, so if they can have a bag. If they forgot to grab one when they started up here, up front.
no, it says you
there's
want,
different
you want
areas.
one dog waste station at $199.99 and one at $185.90. So that's
Those were
two.
the two models that they were
Right,
looking
so
at.
what's the difference in those? Why two different ones?
Yeah,
One of them had the key bone, whatever the hell it was on it.
right, where you would put the bags, down through the trail itself.
Oh, one has,
one has a bag holder, one doesn't.
Yeah, one's fancier than what the other one is. I think one's got a, they call it a bone, that, keychain like, I believe.
Like a tie out for the dog.
What the hell was it?
It was just, if you think about a bone about that size, there's bags in there, and we posted on, like, if you put a 4x4 post in and you put that on there, you could have it, you fill them periodically, but it'll hold up.
So
to
it's
25 bags.
it's just a bag holder.
Yeah,
yeah, that's kind of meant for you, the dog owner, to have it on the leash.
well, right, and if you're taking your dog, you should grab the bag from the, by where we're gonna do the main one, but if you forget, we
So
want
this
to
will
have
be
them
two
available
stations,
also.
but the one station comes with the extra bag holder,
Yeah.
and it will be out in the woods somewhere.
One of them, that, by where the bench is out there too, would have one.
Okay.
Just-
All right. So I mean, the dog weigh stations, other than just making sure that we're like this is just for the stations. This isn't installation or anything like that.
No.
Okay. And it's on one of those, what do they call them, T-poles or whatever.
Fence post?
It's but it's like
T-poles?
the ones that you put the
Like a sign
like the
post.
signs are on. You know.
The channel type.
Yeah. Is that
I'll have to find, I was looking, I thought I had a copy of it. but I don't.
so my suggestion would be to go ahead and move forward with the dog weigh stations. Maybe add a little bit for installation, but then have them revisit the smokers outposts or the smokers receptacles for something that's not plastic, either a metal one or one of the cement style that's a little bit less potential to combust. So pass on the one cost, send back the other cost. What does everybody else think?
I think the pea gravel one would be more pleasing, especially in the park area as well.
Ben, you got any thoughts?
I'd have to see the differences to make an opinion, so.
The difference in the
Yeah.
well, let's just first take it. Split
Like,
the
for
split
instance,
the two.
the dog waste things, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
The little bone thing that he's talking about, from the description he's given, I used to have those for my dogs. It's just a little thing, you kept it on the leash. It had, I don't remember, maybe 10 or 20 bags in
I
it.
mean this type of cost, like
It wasn't anything
it's
that was meant
it's
for.
an actual physical. To me, that's a physical station.
No, I'm talking about the extra thing that he's talking about, for the difference.
Yeah.
I don't think that's really meant, if it's what I'm understanding it to be, it's not really meant to be posted out in the park. It won't last, it won't survive.
Right.
If it's what I think they're talking about, or it might be something altogether different, I don't know.
I mean, if
So I don't have,
when I think
Here's one of them.
waste station, yeah, this is what I'm thinking of. So this is the one. This is the cheaper one. So it's a full. So this is the cheaper one. It is a full station. It's not what
I
you're
understand
thinking.
that.
Yeah.
That's not what I meant. I understand that's what, this one must be the $185.99.
Yes.
It says that. So I just don't know what the other one is and what's different
Yeah,
about it.
I mean, if there's pieces that.
This
come
is what
off-
I thought you were talking about, as long as it can be somehow mounted where it can't be walked away with it.
Settle it now.
Yeah.
Get it over with.
Yeah, I mean,
And
the
I
other
don't really
thing,
care, it's only,
Right.
what,
I mean, if the,
$14 difference?
well, if the more expensive one is more durable, I mean, that would be the only reason to
Or
go.
is it? Or is it just this
Right.
dog bone thing that's different? That's my
Yeah.
point. It's only $15 difference, but if it's that dog little piece of plastic, that doesn't seem like it's worth it. Silly. If it's something else, maybe it's great.
I'm putting it on the screen.
Once it gets up there. All right. Well, while we're waiting for that, anybody else have any? Let's first consider do we want them to reconsider the type of smoker outpost?
Yes.
Yeah, I can look up different prices and different styles and bring it to either our next meeting or acting give it.
Why
there and
can't we
stuff like
just
that.
determine, Devin, an amount, and
We-
they can figure out which one they're gonna use, and they won't be going week after week, because they're talking about getting some of that stuff advanced or whatever. I mean, you figure $400 and
Well, here,
if
let
it
me.
ends up being $350, or is it $420 or something, then once you figure out what you're gonna get, you ain't gotta have everything right to the dollar, it's an allowance, you can do an allowance all the time.
There's always that option. But on the other hand, this is the first use of this new form, and basically number 9 tells you right there. Project cost estimate. Attach a detailed breakdown of costs with supporting documents.
Estimate.
With supporting documents.
With estimate is the key word right there.
With documents is the key word I'm talking about.
Well,
So you can emphasize whichever one you want, but I'm talking about, then we know what we're talking about.
Well, they can figure out whichever one they want, Ben,
Okay?
as long as it's within an estimate.
Well,
Yeah,
okay,
but
so
estimate of 400
the reason I want them to go back and consider this is because the smokeless outdoor ashtray concrete from the one of the first ones I looked up is $550. That's why I'm
It's over
saying.
400 right now.
That's why I'm saying
Yeah,
go
well-
back and consider it first. Maybe there is this was just the first quick look for one.
Sarah, the one you put up was the $185 one.
Yes.
Okay.
For that kind of
I saw
money,
that.
maybe your cheaper ones, you could have a cheaper one and replace them every 3 years if you had an issue and save money.
Well, or just go get a metal one.
Yeah,
Well,
here's a
even the
metal
metal
one
ones.
for $219.
Still. We could find out how many of them get stolen or how many are destroyed, I guess. That he
Okay,
destroyed.
so what's different on that?
See them, the blue, orange, green, those are the little dog
So
bone
there's
things.
multiples of
That
these
will be
things.
posted
Yeah.
out there for just to grab one, but the station itself is where you would dispose of it at.
So it's exactly what I thought it was as far as the dog bone, but it's multiples. So is that
So
worth it?
stuff that we're just gonna have to constantly replace because people are gonna take them and not return them.
It's just plastic and we're gonna grab it and take it. Right.
Squirrels love it.
Yeah, I would just say get
2 of the others.
get 2 of the cheaper ones then at that point.
Yeah.
Like there's no point in having that. Like I like
That's
the
meant
fact.
to be attached to your leash for you and your dog. It's not really meant to be out in the woods.
Or-
It's not gonna survive. It won't stay.
Like for what you're talking about, then I would just see if you can get just the top piece. Like get one half, just the top piece to place one somewhere out on the trail. If it's more like oh they forgot to grab one.
Couldn't you put
Yeah.
like a fishing line spool thing? You know, that like keep all your leaders on? You get, put those little tubes that just fit on anywhere you hang it. And it'd last forever.
And I think you're gonna want something more durable than just that cheap plastic because it's gonna get, especially the first time you go to refill, it's probably just gonna get broken. Yes, sir.
Yeah, those are my condo complex. They're 20 years old.
But not the little plastic.
Not the little bone things. Yeah,
They're
just
they're
those.
cheap,
right.
Yeah.
They're 20 years old. They're actually 22 years old, right?
Yeah, that. I don't see a problem with those. The $185.99 one is.
The 500.
It's exactly what I thought it was going to be.
500 is a lot of money for that.
Yeah. So just
I'd recommend 2 of those.
the 2 of the cheaper ones.
That's my 2 cents.
Yeah. I mean, it's still gonna be a about,
The plastic thing's gonna be out there on the tree, let's pretend it survives. It's gonna get rained on, it's an open hole. You're gonna wanna mess with those bags once they're gnarly and nasty.
yeah.
And they aren't gonna survive, they're gonna break and fall off or get stolen.
I mean, the cost is gonna be, like, what we're gonna recommend is gonna be roughly the same anyway. It's just, we would suggest not getting the ones that have the extra things.
And what the thought was, if you're gonna walk your dog and you forgot to grab one,
Right.
if you don't have something available out there for them, they're not gonna use it, they're just gonna, you know.
But at that point, like I said, I would just suggest finding just a smaller
Yeah.
version of that top piece that you can mount someplace on the trail.
Yeah, I got it. We'll take a look, see what we can come up with.
So then the only other question is, do you wanna handle this now or just kick the whole thing back to them? Or just go ahead and approve it for 2 dog things and be done with it? Or alter it to the 2 metal ones?
I mean, I would just say round everything up to, because even if they go and get like one smoker's outpost, metal outpost, like they can review and say like, okay, we're actually gonna get just one of these for right now. It's gonna be about $150, $200. If you round everything up to about $600 and say like, hey, we're supporting it, I've spent up to $600. That gets you your 2 dog things and a metal smoker's outpost. And if they want to get a nicer concrete one later, then they can always come back and say like, hey, we need to add on X amount of dollars to get the nicer concrete ones. Would be my suggestion. Because like Bob said, they want to get some of this stuff ordered, get it moving, get it here for, you know, get it in before their cleanup day, so.
I'd make a motion that we put it on there for both of them, and if you only got $500, they have a budget anyway, and
Well, I mean, right now the cost is about $530.
$550.
So let me get this straight. So you're making the motion, Bob?
Yeah.
Motions for up, sorry, for
$650.
up
Inflation, you know.
up to $550. So Bob motions for up to $550 budget. Budget for
Dogs and smokers.
yeah, Parks and Rec smoking receptacles and dog waste stations. I will. I'll second that. So I have a motion and a second for spend up to $550 for the Parks and Rec smoking receptacles and dog waste stations. Any further discussion?
Is it like to recommend it to the board?
I think
I
it
believe
should be
so.
more,
Well,
because after
That's all we're
taxes.
doing is recommending
Well,
it.
They
it's
can
not in your
also-
motion right now, Bob, that's why I brought
They
it up.
can add.
Well,
We
Yeah.
can,
we are
It says
recommending whatever we do to the board.
What's-
Only if you put it in your motion, if not, you're making it like you
So,
approved it to do
I
it.
think it
And
should
the
be
board's gonna see
6
you
or
on the door.
$650, because if they go from the plastic to the metal,
well, the Board of Trustees is gonna get this, so they can adjust it further. Just recommending to the board.
I thought that's all we do, when it's come to the planning commission, we're recommending what
Right, but
parts of.
the wording in the motion, like Bob, or like Ben saying, it does make a difference, so do you, so.
And with that total though, it's just one smoker post, right, not the 2.
It's not the way the motion's been made, no. It's being recommended to approve up to 550,
For
this list.
smoking receptacles and dog waste stations.
Correct. Recommendation.
I will support the change to recommend. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Could I hear the motion again?
Bob's motion for recommending a spend up to $550 for the Parks and Rec smoking receptacles and dog waste stations. I will say this, if it needs to change, because something, that's where this, on here, I'm trying to remember where I put it. Continuation, project stage continuation, like you would just refill out this form and say like, hey, we made this change, we need to add this amount to complete this project.
That was just get us going anyway.
Yeah. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor? Aye. All opposed?
Aye, nay.
Okay, so that is 6-1. Motion passes.
So now you have to fill out the back of this, or Monica does?
I'll need, I will fill it out and give it to the supervisor. I'll just need the exact wording that's recorded in the minutes, Sarah, for the motion. And today's date is the 9th. So 1/9. If you can get that to me tomorrow, because I want to get it to the supervisor for their Tuesday meeting.
Yep.
Thank you. All right. Move on to additional business. One piece of additional business is this DRJC site plan adjustment. Yeah.
Young lady, he's been several conversations, several phone calls with me on this. I told him we need a bigger print, something we can read
Yeah.
and see.
Yeah.
Did he finally do
Yeah,
that?
and there's even larger ones behind you, Devin.
Okay.
There's a roll.
He didn't
Okay.
want to do that, but I told him we can't read.
I was only able to get 2 copies out of the printer.
Okay, I just wanted to make
Today.
sure. 'Cause
So I need help recalling what's going on here. He's in B currently and
He
wants
was,
to
he was in C currently and wants to
use.
use B
go to
as
the middle
well.
one.
Okay.
He didn't even have all the buildings showed.
Yeah, I believe that the last copy you guys looked at didn't have building A on it,
Yeah.
on the
Right.
plan at all.
Right,
Yeah.
that's right.
Anybody else want to take a peek at that?
He didn't have his water and his septic and fuel out there either.
Right.
Well, that's in here now, though, in this package.
I don't know if his water tests come through. I knew they were coming out to do a water test. They were coming out to do the water test. There's
off
There's
of
something here.
Sheridan.
Water supply permit.
The old, demo place.
No, this is off of Sheridan Road.
Building A has no well, it says.
Right.
The well will be for B and C to share, it looks like. Right.
When the health department got in for this, they found out that they had never even had a water test on the well for building B. They had for C, or the water test for neither one of them had really been done. So he was checking into it, and he told me he was getting his vials and containers, and they were gonna do all that, but I just wanted to make sure that was done. That was it. I haven't had a chance to look at this yet.
Yeah, I mean, he added the stuff to the drawing that we wanted, updated the site plan appropriately. The only thing I don't see there's a septic in between B and A, but I don't see the field for the septic field for C.
I think you got it turned around. There is no septic
Well,
system.
the way they have it listed, the way they have it marked is A is the closest one to the road, B and then C, and then in between A and B is the septic tank and field, and then they show the well
Yep.
for in between B and C, but
B
they
and
don't,
C.
but he doesn't show a septic tank or field for building C.
That's correct, because that's an empty building, he's not asking for that, that has not been installed. The water lines are run out for a well, but to the, closer to Sheridan Road, but they never drilled a well, they never put a septic in there, because that building has never been finished.
Building C.
C,
But C is
no,
not the one he's in.
no,
C is the one he's in.
A is the one closest to the road here.
But A has no well, and C has no septic.
And Rachel's saying he's currently in C wanting to take over B, which is the middle building.
So he's in a building with no septic right now.
No, this is wrong. He's in building A. He's the farthest building from Sheridan Road.
That would be C on this
Okay.
drawing.
Okay. And that has its own septic, which is right alongside it, farther on the west side. And that has a well.
Okay,
It is
so
between-
that small box that's next to the building is septic.
That's his
Okay.
septic. And the well is on the other side, which
Yep.
will feed both will feed C and B.
Okay,
Which it does. And that has a septic over between B and C. But the well, this building A has nothing to it. That's the bare building.
Is this person here?
No,
Well,
Then I build them.
we don't care.
I got the
about it.
permits in my
well,
name.
I'm happy for you, Bob, but look at the drawing in front of you. Everything you just said is not what you're looking at.
I'm trying to tell
Everything
you.
you're saying is not what you're looking at, yes or no?
No. It's right.
Where's the septic?
The septic,
Septic's right there between A and B.
This-
Where's the well? Over here feeding B and C.
this
C.
septic goes to this building.
Okay.
This septic goes to this building. This is a septic right here.
Okay.
That septic
Doesn't
right
show
here.
it on here, it shows the one there.
It's a little box. That's a septic. That's a septic, Ben, that goes, feeds this building.
I'm trying my best to see it,
Why
Bob.
do you think I wanted a bigger
Do you
one?
wanna look at the big,
Because we
the
couldn't
big
read the
one,
first
big
one.
copy?
Huh?
Do you wanna look at the big copy?
Well,
You have a big
does the
one?
big one show it's a septic on the one side?
I didn't look at it.
Okay,
Myself.
well, I haven't seen these till tonight either. I know I couldn't read them before.
This is also in here, which shows the septic between A and B.
Yep. And there's also a septic, there's a septic, there's no septic here. There's a septic.
yeah, he
Yeah,
doesn't
this one's
have,
saying it's
if you're
pretty
saying,
big, but-
Bob,
Yeah.
if you're saying that there is the septic, it's just not marked that it's a septic.
That's
The only
right.
thing that's marked as septic is in between building A and B.
That's supposed to be a tank, and that's supposed to be the
Okay,
field.
so it's just
But
not
it ain't on the
marked.
drawings, it's not accurate.
Well, it needs to
It's
be-
just not marked, it's not
just
labeled
needs to be
as.
marked, that's
It's
all.
not labeled as the septic.
Yeah, it just needs to be marked. But the one closest to Sheridan Road, that
It's
has-
empty.
That is empty building, no well,
Okay.
no septic.
Anybody else need to see this big print?
That's why I was asking Rachel, because he's been going around with what to do and what not to do, and whether he had to put the other buildings that was farther away from on the other side, and I was telling him he didn't have to do that.
Alright, so,
If building A has no water, then what's the septic? What do you need the septic for if you don't have any water or anything going to it anyway?
He's got water and septic to both them buildings. The
to B
one,
and C.
yes,
Well, I'm talking about.
But there is there's 2,000 gallon septic tanks in between building B and A. So there is a septic tank available for A, is the way that the drawing
that's right.
is talking.
Yeah.
And there is a well available for A. It's just not, you're saying they're not hooked up
They're not.
currently.
A,
Not that A is part
The
of,
well permit says there is no well for A.
there is no well for A.
Then why
Closest
does
to
he-
Sheridan Road, that's the empty building.
then why does he on the print have a new well, new 5-inch well next to building A? If there is no well for A.
That's actually just proposed. Like I say, the lines actually run underneath the cement, plugged out through, right to where the well is going to go, but they never drilled it.
Okay.
That's all I can tell you. That should have been proposed.
Okay.
But they have the well feeds A and B. C and B. The well feeds both of them, but both of them have their own septic systems.
All right.
One's to the east, one's to the west of the other building.
So then my suggestion would be to remove any question or doubt. Then is he needs to update this print again, where the well, with the spot that he has marked as new 5-inch well next to building A needs to be proposed well location. The one in between A, or between C and B, needs to be marked as well for buildings B and C, and he needs to mark that the indicate that that is the septic field next to C on the west side. I think otherwise the changes are fine if he's just taking over the building, but update the print to actually reflect what is going on where. So there's not all these questions of like, well, what well are you talking about? Where is the septic for this building? We made a big stink about there being a septic, so like actually mark it which is feeding which then. Especially since there's one in between the buildings with 2 tanks.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, other than that, like, I mean, I don't have a problem with them taking over the building, just let's clear up this confusion on the print.
So I need to update it for which well and which septic feeds each building?
Indicate, or label the well or the septic field and tank for building C on the print, which is not, it shows it on the drawing, but it's not marked that that's what it is.
Okay.
That it's the tank and the field for building C. The well in between buildings B and C, mark that it feeds both of those buildings. Mark that the well next to A is a proposed well location,
Okay.
and both, if my understanding is correct, those tanks do exist in between buildings A and B currently, correct? Or there is not a second tank
There's
there?
not a second tank, they run both into one system.
Okay, so even though it shows 2 tanks there, it's one tank.
I don't, it's first I've seen it too, but I'm just telling you, they just run that septic system into both of them because the employees, it was not, the same employees are gonna run both buildings. It's not like they're having more people, more usage for the 2 buildings because it's strictly grow.
Okay.
5 people work in this one and they go work in this one. So they said, okay, we'll just put it all in one system in the middle. Like
Okay.
a one well thing.
And then clarify design of septic septic tank and field in between A and B. If it's truly 2 tanks or if it's 1 tank for both buildings.
I can get you copies of the permits, I got them in the office, but whatever.
So is this back page not accurate then? Because it shows the septic area between A and B, not C.
But he's in C, that's what doesn't make sense. Why is that one showing A and B if she's saying that he's in C currently?
Yeah.
So then this is wrong.
Then that would be wrong as well. Well, I mean, it's accurate to what is there, but
Wasn't that the original or is that one tonight?
no, that's just,
One from today.
that's
That-
one
that's
that
back
added
This
to
is,
tonight.
This is the one from tonight.
yeah, and the little
Yeah.
one that you got in your packet tonight.
This
If
has
you
all
brought your
the,
packet from last
The one
time,
he's showing me.
It's not
in this
that's in the
packet.
tonight.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's there.
The back page.
Okay.
It's the back page. He's got it listed as buildings A and B with the shared septic field.
I'm sure their guy will figure it out.
Yeah,
I mean,
I would just have him clarify those things on the drawing.
everything, make sure it's accurate.
Right.
It's gotta reflect what's really there.
Because it's been there and inspected and they've been using it in those 2 buildings.
Well,
Class
That's
C.
fine if it's, you know, the thing is that the plan that we had last time, and that's why we have a new plan now,
Yep,
is that wasn't accurate to what's actually there.
yep.
So, like, we've got something that's closer to being accurate. Well, let's make sure that it is 100% accurate. You got all that, Rachel?
I think so. Update the print to indicate label subject field and tank for building C. The tank is on the drawing, but it is not labeled. Well between B and C, mark that it feeds both buildings. Mark that well next to building A is proposed well location, and clarify design of septic tank between B and C. Is it one tank or two tanks?
Yeah.
Did I get it?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, the next question is, does anybody have a problem, as long as he gets us those updates, for him taking over the other building?
I do not.
And it's already there.
I just wanna make sure I'm clear though, all he wants to do is keep his existing license and put in 2 buildings.
Yes.
He doesn't wanna try and grow that many in 1 building, he wants to grow that many in 2 buildings.
He's got a license, he doesn't have enough room in the one building, so now he has a chance to buy the second building, the lease the building,
He can't grow as many as he wants to in the 1 building.
Right.
so
He doesn't
that's
wanna
all he's
change
doing.
anything except double.
Yes, it's just saying, he's just wanting to add the extra square footage.
And they've already been
They're
growing
allowed
in the center
half
building
they're allowed in the
for 3 years,
currently.
Okay,
a different company.
so,
This
Is
has all been
everybody-
approved years ago.
does everybody feel comfortable just saying, let's make sure that we get the site plan 100% accurate to what's actually there, but he can proceed with using that other building with making sure that we get those updates?
He's in
How
a
does-
time crunch with the state on his license to get it transferred, and he can't get it transferred until we approve it. So just so you really know, bottom line is, but bottom line is, it's gotta be right, and I agree 100%, but those are labeling issues, I believe, more than not properly,
Yeah, I mean, he's got the
Fictitious.
permitting and everything. It's just making sure that we understand what's there today.
it is complicated, but it's,
So, everybody kind of on the same page, like, okay to do that as long as we get a true.
Yeah, as long as it's up there.
Then I will make the motion to allow DRJC Holdings to occupy, he's trying to occupy building B, correct?
Correct.
Okay, to occupy building B under his existing special land use permit, with changes indicated to site plan drawing.
And the architect is updating the drawings right now.
Okay.
Watching.
Okay.
He's gonna be using both buildings.
yes.
Yes, 2
Yes.
buildings.
I'll second that.
Okay, so I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Just read it all back, please.
Approving to allow DRJC Holdings to occupy building B with existing special land use permit with updated site plan corrections. Listed corrections, sorry.
B and C, correct? We just-
Yes, B and C.
Just so everybody knows, they've been using them, but the other company quit using B. Now, A, he wants to use it. Same thing that's been used for the last 3 years.
Well, hold on. A is not part of the discussion.
No,
I mean, I'm sorry, B and C, sorry, B and C. B and C has been used for years.
I didn't say C in the thing because I'm saying he can use B in addition to the
Right.
in addition
C is
to the
already-
licensing.
His
Yes.
existing special.
On the existing special land use permit. It's-
He would have to come back for C again if it ever did get the well in and never get it approved.
A.
I mean, A. Well,
It's
I don't know,
confusing.
it used to be A and C and now they changed it around anyway.
Alright, so motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Alright. With that,
Is it 7 yes?
huh? Yes.
7 yes?
Yes, 7 yes. I have not heard back from Alex yet on the draft. I didn't get a chance to call him today. I'm gonna try to call him tomorrow and get a date that works for him. We'll have to set, as I said at the last meeting, going forward, we'll just have to set them up at special meetings. Once I can get confirmation he's gonna be ready and he has stuff, then I will let everyone know the proposed date for that special meeting. The other thing that we had from the last meeting was looking over the renewable energy ordinances that Troy had given us. I don't know if anybody had anything quick to say on what they wanted to do with that. I know when we discussed it was, let's just finish the zoning ordinance as is, and then we would go back, see what it's gonna take to go back to row and just have them add these pieces later with the correct formatting. But if anybody had any like quick yay or nay or whatever on these.
I don't know how you can be quick, they're very wordy.
Right. Well, just a, yes,
I
it's
don't understand them, it's worth looking at, sure.
worth moving further along in the process is.
Yes.
Okay. Everybody kind of on the same page on that then? Alright.
Yes.
We'll move to public comment. Is there any public comment?
I got a question, I don't know if it's proper or not, but, when you go by this, our new hall, it really looks nice, but it's terrifically bright. Now,
Tuesday that should come up.
we hold everybody else to the light level. What do we
Yeah,
gotta do?
we definitely need to make sure that they
They
change
would-
that quickly before the new zoning ordinance goes into place because, you know,
It was
Alex put in
already
his
discussed.
infinite
They
wisdom.
know they were supposed to have eyebrows on it, now it hasn't come up since they've been put on,
Right.
the building lit, so.
Yeah.
It was discussed prior, so
Right.
they were aware of it.
I would say we keep pushing the board of trustees to get that fixed before the new zoning ordinance goes into effect, because the new zoning ordinance, there is that line in there that says, unless you're a government building, then the rules don't apply to you, which I think we also need to look and change. I think that's absolutely
Well,
ridiculous.
you got commercial, on three sides of it, but there's people across here on
Yeah.
the south side of Oak Road, I mean, damn, that's gotta light up everything.
Yeah,
Like I said, it was discussed, they are aware
Okay.
from discussions before the lights were put up.
that it should have been.
They might have already actually been mounted, no, they were not mounted the first time it was talked to. Anyway, but there was no power, and then boom, now there's power, and yes.
I mean, those flashing blue lights were,
Yeah, they're gone now finally.
Yeah. Any other public comment?
Motion to adjourn.
I have a motion to adjourn.
Second.
And I have a second. And my phone will not cooperate. Let's see what time. So I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Meeting is adjourned at 8:23.
Tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday.
Thank you.
We have no plan.